Art is the expression of love. It is the movement of spirit. It is a gift, and a gift cannot be private. An ungiven gift is not a gift, so it will be shared. Just as Paul is sharing today. And yet he goes home and listens to the tapes and gets as much out of them as you do. Because he didn't originate them. He didn't work it all out ahead of time. And he has no idea until he listens to the whole gathering whether any of it hangs together or not, or whether it is a number of discrete little instances that in and of themselves he recognizes are wonderful. You see? And it won't be until you finish the piece of art that you will be able to stand back and say, wow, I didn't even realize how this part and this part correlate and how there are complementary colors in just this balance. That's incredible. You will stand in wonder at what has happened. That's art. But as, like Paul, you have to learn to abandon yourself to God knows what. I mean, Paul can have the microphone and the flowers and the equipment and the room and the chair, just like you can have the equipment you use. But you can't sit down any more than he can and know ahead of time what you're going to do. Else it will be your creation and it won't be art, no matter how good it looks.
Would you say being real is more important than creating a painting?
Well, the result of being real will be art. Paintings are not necessarily art. Now, if you want to be an illustrator, a craftsman, go ahead, but that's not what we're talking about. You've got it. I mean, I do not mean you've got the point of what I'm saying. I'm saying you've got the spirit. You've got the ability. Now, abandon yourself to it and do it.
I will.
Anything you plan and execute on canvas or whatever the medium will never leave you in wonder or awe or inspiration afterwards. Only what comes from being real, which you cannot be responsible for. Let me put it this way. Would you come to the next gathering here if you were going to hear a presentation by Paul of wonderful spiritual truths that he has gleaned from the past, put together and executed in an absolutely exquisite way? Or would you rather have the opportunity to talk with me if you had the choice?
You.
Smart girl. You get the point. Okay.
Thank you.
Hands. The gentleman in the back.
Thank you, Raj. My question is regarding my relationship with my mother. Growing up, she and my brother and I, because my father was in the war when we were very young, were very close, and that remained all throughout my childhood. And as I became an adult, I think it's reasonable to say she refused to give up on us kids as being her kids. And to this day, at my age, she still considers me her kid and demands, or tries to demand, to know what I'm doing at every moment. And last year, just before Christmas, my father died. And if it was bad before then, it's really intensified now. And I'd like some clarification, I guess, on the appropriate way for me to be with her. Rather
I
than
will tell you something that will perhaps reach her. The next time she does this, call her by her first name and say, stop this. Talk to her as an adult and tell her she must stop.
Do my brother and I have any responsibility? I mean, here she is living in a house by herself at the age of 84. Do we have any responsibility to her to, I mean, we're glad to help her if she wishes to make a decision, but she seems frozen in non-decision. Well, I can't do this until I do that, and I can't do that until I do this. And yet, this house thing is becoming well, it will become, I mean, she can't clean gutters, she's got to have everything done. Do we have a responsibility to that?
Not yet. You tell her that when she knows what needs to be done, to let you know. And then you may just hire someone to do it, because you're not her handyman or handy sons. Or you may do it, but not out of obligation. It takes two to tango. So be sure you're not doing your part of the dance.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, what about dutiful daughters? You might say thank you too, because what I said is the truth about you as well.
What about meddling mothers?
Are you speaking of yourself? The question was asked, what about meddling mothers? God bless them. And to the meddling mother in you, I say, stop meddling.
Am I meddling?
Can we have the microphone?
My question is, am I meddling?
You know damn well you are.
I knew you were going to butt kick. But, you know, it's been so hard.
The only thing you have a right to do is to see that your integrity is not imposed on and that you are not walked on and abused. Beyond that, nothing is any of your business. You stand in your integrity and you draw the line where abuse occurs.
I'm learning that. You know,
Slowly.
Yeah.
Reluctantly and uncomfortably.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, you will do it as long as you do it until you choose otherwise. So don't complain to me.
I'm not complaining.
I know. But there is a part of you that's hoping I would miss that and give you a little sympathy.
I understand.
You do,
But
indeed.
was I wrong over this last year to put into place a system where he could be supported financially without the drain on us?
Absolutely.
I was wrong doing that?
No, you were not.
Oh, thank you. That's what I've been real scared, that those moves that I've been making, and I can see him balancing, and I see light, and I also am very aware of when I'm manipulated. And thank you.
You're
for
also aware when you manipulate.
Yeah.
And so you have the tools necessary to become free of what makes you miserable. You're at least not unconscious,
I was.
but you're not
Not now.
now, correct?
Yeah. And the healing that I experienced yesterday and today, is that because I'm letting go of that particular hook?
Yes.
Truly? That hook? I mean, it's hard for me to believe that I will ever be able to let go of that hook.
Well, now you're practicing faithlessness.
Well, you see, there's so many other hooks there that I'm not sure what the healing was. There was a definite healing.
But you know what? You can become disinterested in fishing. What I mean is, a fisherman can have a tackle box full of hooks, collecting dust because he's busy doing other things and has no time to give attention to the dangling bait, so to speak. Who cares how many other hooks there are? Stop fishing. Stop being a sportswoman. You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
Instead of lopping off this branch or that branch or whatever, cut down the tree. And give your attention to what is fulfilling. Not satisfying, fulfilling.
Well, the question that I came with was about being lost in this insane place, and then the healing that happened, and the healing revolved around the work. I had decided that I was going to just get myself a little really simple, low-paying job and just, grind it out. And at 3:30 in the afternoon on Friday, I'm driving to the grocery store, and something left me. And I realized that, no, I do really want to buy the camera, and I do really want to do the things that give me joy. And it was like a marvelous healing that started then and continued on the way here. So I don't know whether it was the Jason thing or whether it was me taking back my integrity and saying, no,
The latter.
I need to.
The latter.
Yeah.
Continue to
It
look
was
forward.
awful being without my integrity. It was awful being insane.
Thank God.
I don't ever want to go there again.
Don't then. But stay conscious.
I really thank you.
You're welcome.
You're a hard man.
Thank God.
That's correct. I won't pussyfoot around with you. And because of that, you won't waste time. And none of your guides will pussyfoot around with you because there's no need for time to be wasted. And yet your guides will not pressure you to change or to move faster. You have to move because you want to move. And so we will talk and talk and talk until you are inspired to make new choices. Guides are not meddlesome.
But mothers are.
Mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, children.
Yeah.
The ego is meddlesome, yes. Okay. Hands. Yeah, the gentleman in the, yes.
Where?
Yes.
Thank you, Raj. My question has, in the same direction that I started with last time you talked to me about defining my worth. And so as I've been going on in the last month, I've been defining it, and again, the doors are starting to close again. And I don't feel bad about it, but I guess my question is, are these allowing me to go in a different direction, or do I need to have some sort of compromise? Because, for instance, a few weeks ago I had a woman, one of my clients, tell me, now, if you ever leave these people that I contract for, we want you. We don't want somebody else from their company to come in. And that's a conflict of interest for me, and that's what I told her. And yet, rather than work for 50%, I would just as soon have it all. But that particular case scenario doesn't seem like it would work out. And so when I've talked to the owners about the idea of purchasing it from them or leasing it from them, they say no, unequivocally no. We're not going to do that. And so I take that as, well, that door is closing because I'm no longer willing to work for 50%, and they understand that. And I'm just curious as to, where is this taking me?
It is taking you in the direction of the manifestation of your integrity. But you must stand with your integrity until you get to the destination.
Well, I guess that's what I'm curious is, I can know where that destination is, but
only you have no idea what the destination is.
Okay, excuse me. It's for me to recognize, and I guess that's where I'm having a little trouble recognizing, if there's 3 avenues to go down, and
the destination is not what you're called upon to recognize right now. What you're called upon to recognize right now is the demand to stand in your integrity as each instance comes up, and not shrink from it, and not yield to the demand to, let us say, work for less.
Okay, so I've done that in another instance too, and same thing. And
Yes, but you are looking at results instead of the experience in the moment where you are being true to yourself.
I feel that, because it's a big challenge for me to ask and say, yeah, this is what I feel I'm worth, and if you're not willing to, compromise with me or meet me at least even halfway, then, I have to look for something else.
I know that's hard for you, but it's wonderful practice at standing in your integrity.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm being impatient, as I always am, but I guess
Yes, but
these decisions aren't
you've got your attention in the wrong place. You can only be impatient for an end result. When you're baking a cake and it comes time to beat the eggs, you've got to be with the beating of the eggs. You can't then mix everything together fast because you want to get the cake out of the oven as soon as possible. Especially if it were a chiffon cake, because you will ruin it by rushing. So give your attention to the step you're on.
Okay, so if I've defined what I think I'm worth, and they've said no, is it appropriate for me to discontinue in this case, this particular account? And because there I'm torn. It's because I've not so much if I have such a great attachment, but it's like I feel that I have something that they enjoy and want, and if I leave, then I lose it, and then they lose it, and then also the other people lose it. So 3 people are losing out just because I make a decision to say I don't want to be there anymore for this amount of money.
I will give 2 illustrations here. There are situations where you have obedient people who take directions like obedient sons, and the mother or whoever it is says jump, and they jump, and on the way up they say, how high? Well, you're saying, how low shall I jump? You see? The other part of this illustration is that many years ago, there was a need for Paul and Susan to get a new car. I won't go into the story, but they ended up with a very nice brand new car where they had been driving used cars prior to that. And the way it came into their experience was miraculous. And within a week or so after enjoying seeing it in their driveway, Sue asked, why this car? I mean, why such a nice car? And I said to her, what level of poverty would you rather have established? You know, you're going to have to put your foot down and stand with your full weight there and let the chips fall where they may, instead of surmising that the result will be everyone losing. I don't know why you're not surmising that everyone will gain. And there isn't a good reason. So, how much longer are you going to sacrifice your integrity and lose out on the discovery that expressing your integrity blesses everyone?
Could I ask, is there some sort of compromise that is more appropriate in this situation, or is it, like you said, just to put my foot down and say, this is it, and thank you, and move to the next one?
There is no compromise that will reflect your integrity or that will reflect the truth of you.
It makes me nervous.
I understand. But I can't relieve you of it. You were nervous the first time you tried to ride a bicycle.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It wasn't a reason not to ride it.
No.
A father might say to you, it's time to grow up and become a man. Now, I'm not saying that as a father, but someone needs to make it clear to you that everyone loses when you sacrifice your integrity, and everyone gains when you take hold of your integrity and express it, whether it makes you nervous or not. And for today, I want to leave you with that point so that it doesn't become obscured by whatever else you would like to discuss.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Hands. The lady on the aisle here with the burgundy sweater. Yes, right in front of you.